concepts of this development. For example, the compact and complete communities, which provide a variety of travel options. This seriously affects me because as a teenager, I can't drive, pretty sure, and other than video games. Even though my teacher tests will be in November, which will be only 10 months away, but the financial and insurance cost of the car will be a real financial burden for me and my parents and my grandparents and my grandparents. Because without my parents right now, or basically the car, I can't go anywhere. Everywhere I go are parks, residential areas, and residential areas. So I'm very happy that our dear urban planners, you put a lot of mixed-use areas so we can have more independence in the near future. But I do have some concern about this plan. In one section of the secondary report, it stated that to avoid any capacity constraints in the assignment of traffic, major collectors have to have 4 lanes. And look how many major collectors are there on the east block. I didn't screenshot the middle block. That reminds me of car-oriented planning again. Yeah. They're too wide for the concept of mixed-use development, and with bike lanes, they'll even be wider to cross. Wide streets encourage speeding, and there are dangers for both the pedestrian and driver. Even though I haven't received any formal urban planning education other than books, Twitter, and personal experiences, I still have some personal suggestions based on my experience around the world and in Canada. Pedestrian connectivity is key to successful transit, as described on page 137 of the book, Developing Our Own Transit. I have it in my bag, but it's very bad. There's one example just a few hundred meters away. When you look at that direction, you're going to see Highway 7. Highway 7 didn't nail the conception of building walkable communities around transit. It failed the mission. Areas around Highway 7 are not walkable. They only have parking lots and buildings. And they're also too wide to cross at one time. And I really have to run. And I really lost some weight crossing Highway 7. Areas around Highway 7 are not walkable, and therefore the ridership is pretty low. As you can see, there's only 15 minutes per bus of a bus rapid transit. And walkability can be done by providing the sense of enclosure, planting trees as buffer, and landscaping, as described on the book Walkable City by Jeff Beck. Street frontages and trees have to be there. Unfortunately, I'm very sad about that. Nothing was mentioned about pedestrian-friendly design orientation in the guideline. I'm very sad about that. In order to achieve pedestrian attractiveness, driving experience doesn't necessarily have to be affected. Look at the 2 images. They have the same parking spaces, but different store configuration. Which one do you think is more walkable? Probably the one on the right, if you're still awake. But walking beside parked cars is much worse than walking beside stores. Other than walking, parking accommodation is very important along Major Mac, a multi-use, mixed-use corridor which serves bus rapid transit or light bus rapid transit, or you call premium bus service. Other than walking, cycling is also an important element when it comes to urban planning. Not a cycling experience is horrible, horrible in Markham. I hope the situation will be better. We should have a network of bike lanes, the more the merrier. Keep in mind that our area is a very hilly area, especially in the new block. And biking in hilly area can be uncomfortable without any accommodations. Special accommodations should be made, and biking to the employment area in the north should be seriously considered, because the area is big and it's within biking distance, and we're really trying to be innovative in the development. Other than cycling, flying is also a viable option. Who can fly here? No one. 100% of guys can't fly. But why is a circle usually used to measure a distance from your house to the bus station? There are no direct routes. You can, with my ruler and my computer, I calculated that the distance from the parks to most of the houses in this development are pretty far. You can't let the person just say, I believe I can fly, then you're right there. We don't need 100 acres of grass, for example. We need high quality public spaces. They don't have to be big, but it can be like that, little parquets. And some public spaces where people can gather, children can play, and not just grass and random trees and random raccoons. I'm going to finish very fast. Mix of land use is also very important when developing around transit. It ensures around-the-clock activity and different people are use service.
Hang on a second.
Both during the day and in the rushes. They reduce costs of operating transit, increase the frequency. I wish my bus could come more frequently because today I took the bus number 8 and transferred Viva Purple. I don't think many of you did that. I suggest. Mix of land uses can also cut commute time, cut congestion, build complete communities, and boost property value and gain more child independence. But I'm not quite convinced that our land use plan is the best plan to utilize the land. Context is very important when developing our transit. On the same book, Developing Our Transit, it stated that providing density in the sake of density is not good. We have to look at context. Urban sprawl and urban renewal projects don't care about the context. We don't want our project to be about urban sprawl or urban renewal stuff. Is the 15-story towers really good near a low-density area? No. Remember, density doesn't necessarily mean height. This is not NIMBYism. This is real urban planning. There are not a loss of employment uses because we have to mix the uses around the corridor, Major Mackenzie, which will be a bus rapid transit. And we don't really want the whole corridor to be residential, and parks. And of course, strip malls. We should put employment uses along the corridor on Major Mackenzie. And one last thing is there's no commercial area in the middle of the Kennedy Road, and it's really a concern because people can't fly 1 kilometer and buy grocery and fly back. Thank you very much.